Yo, press record. What's up? You're listening to Zero to X. My name is Daniel, and we have, as always,
Hey guys, my name is Amara.
Amara. What's poppin', man?
I'm doing very well.
Amara, I learned something really. It's not every time I see something I haven't heard about before. But yesterday night, I was listening to Danko. Like that's Dankoe. He's big on Twitter. He's big on Instagram. He's big everywhere.
He's big everywhere.
He's big everywhere.
I didn't know him on Twitter, but like, yeah, he's big everywhere.
No, Danko is like legendary on money Twitter. I was listening to Danko yesterday evening, and he talked about something really interesting. And the title of the video is "How to Get Better Than 99% of People in the Next 6 to 12 Months."
Clickbait.
Bro,
Love it.
Bro, like. Click.
They said this is for Daniel and Amara and their listeners.
Bro, so I was like, what revolutionary knowledge
Do you want to drop that we've not heard before?
Bro, what is it? And then he explained something really incredible. He said a lot of people like to develop visions for their lives, visions for their future. But he says, try and think about the things you don't want. So he says, what happens if you don't do the things you're supposed to do to live the kind of life that you want? He says, build an anti-vision. So the way you have a vision for your life, build an anti-vision for your life. So how do you imagine your life will end up if you are not taking charge?
Dragging everybody.
And it was incredible because he says like the natural. This is going to be, what do they call that figure of speech where you are using two opposites to describe themselves? Dude. Is it an oxymoron or something? I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm sorry if we murdered it.
I'm sorry.
But it was like the natural order of things in the world is chaos, entropy.
Yes.
It is literally the most fundamental law. It's in my books, in my thinking. This might not be scientifically accurate. It's more fundamental than gravity. Because in the world, it's chaos.
Yeah.
Like if nothing brings things to order, you have chaos. That's the default. So like that's how people's lives are. If you're not intentional about the things that you really want to do, you're just dragged to and fro. Every new thing, every new shiny thing you're doing, you're not even doing anything. Like there's nothing that is centering, nothing is pushing you. Yeah? It's chaos. You won't like the results.
Yeah.
You will not like the results.
You don't want to imagine the results.
You don't want to imagine it. But he says it's a very uncomfortable exercise.
Yeah. Completely agree.
Think about how your life, if like you didn't do the things you're supposed to do. So he said doing the exercise can be very uncomfortable because you have to come to terms with the things you have sworn you will never see in your life. Poverty, brokenness. No, you will face it. Like you will face it. You will face it. So it's like you have to really be comfortable. Take 30 minutes and really sit down. You will feel very uncomfortable. Yeah. And what he says you do, you will leverage that negative energy. Yeah, as fuel.
I can never be poor in my life.
I don't
want to be a mechanic.
That's where I came from. That's where that came. Oh, bro, please, people. Context, nuance. A mechanic in Mercedes is a baller.
Yes, so guys.
Forget it.
This is just a Nigerian joke.
It's a Nigerian joke, yeah. We're like, I don't want to be a mechanic. I want to be a ball. Okay, so, but the thing is, you need to think of what your reality would be like.
Yeah.
If you were not having the kind of life you want, and then leverage that negative emotion to do meaningful stuff.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Like, I don't know why negative emotions have a bad rap. I honestly feel that people do some of the best. Look at Adele. It's like people say like you should be always positive. No.
I just feel like it's a thing where the negative emotions demand expression. But I always say this, there's no reason to stay there.
There's no reason to stay there. Like you should never let
There's no reason to stay there.
Like, bro, we make a joke about Adele about how anytime like she has like a really interesting love experience, she comes and drops an album and wins all the Grammys.
Yeah.
Like I'm sad for some people. I can't mention their names, but like they'll be trying to win Grammys, man. And they now bring out the year they now bring out a really good project. That's the year that Mommy Adele just decides to drop an album.
And you want to compete with Adele?
There's no way you're going to win. There's no way you're going to win. But think about it. When they served you breakfast, the way to get to that was to walk. Look at work ethic at that point in time. It was a match. We're just productive. We just they do. Like, bro, look at when you are angry about something. Look at how much you put into it.
Yeah.
That is what this exercise does.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Having an anti-vision. It's like, I honestly feel, people say love is the most powerful emotion. Have you tried hate?
I think hate is a stronger emotion.
Have you tried hate? When you really, I don't mean dislike.
Yeah, hate.
I don't mean indifference.
Yeah. Which is why I don't use the word. I don't use it anyhow.
Hate is not just a really strong word. It's a really
very strong word and emotion.
It's, oh God. Have you tried hate? There is honestly a case to be made. Personally, I feel negative emotions do more in like intensity and the enormity of their effects than positive emotions can do. Because if you hate something, you will go to further lengths than if you love something. I promise you. You can love casually.
But then again, is it really love?
No, that's
see,
we're not going to that today. We're not going into that today. But I'm saying, like, if you truly hate something, you won't let yourself sit still.
Yes.
You won't let yourself sit still. You can't just
hate and ignore.
Exactly.
You can't hate and ignore.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, if you truly hate something, so the anti-vision exercise, helps you leverage like the power of the dissonance between where you want to be and where you don't want to be, and like, this is really bad.
Yeah,
I really do not want this.
Yeah,
God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. And then you start working towards that. And actually, I've seen that it is an exercise that is used like in behavioral therapy. So I did some more research on it, and people were like, okay, be more mindful of how your life ends up, like with this, like just practice a little mindfulness about this. This is not what you want your life to be. And then people just really come to dislike or hate that thing and are able to switch. And they have maybe seen some success with it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's like the anti-vision exercise. I'm still trying to bring, will I do it? I imagine I would, but bro, like, no, God. Like, I can already imagine how I would feel if I was trying to go through
it's a lot.
Imagine not being able to afford things for your siblings.
You say imagine.
For your mom.
Like, that's the thing. Like,
bro.
the way a lot of what's the word now? The way a lot of personal development enthusiasts are wired is we completely obstruct anything that looks like what we don't want.
Do you understand?
So when you say imagine, it's not in my imagination.
Do you understand? Do you understand?
It's not there.
Do you understand?
But I see how much of an effect it would have
the
to
recoil.
Push you. No, but you see, that's the thing. That's another point. That it may not have the same effect on everybody. For some people, it might just be outright negative consequences. Like you could just do that and just freeze.
It's very possible.
Yeah, you just do that and just be like, can I really get what I want? Like, are you sure this is not my predestined outcome? Like, you know how some guy, you know, the thing is, people, you know, for the most part, you and I have very, very, very stable and sane mental states. Not everybody does.
True.
So I feel like this exercise could have some adverse effects.
I agree.
I
definitely see that happening.
Yeah.
Even me thinking about, will I do this myself? But the point to get across is this. There is an opportunity cost
for every
decision you decide to not make.
Yes.
The decision to work out.
Yeah.
The decision to sleep in.
Yeah. I remember
the decision to
finish.
Yeah, no, go on, man.
So I just remember there was a video I was watching a couple of days ago, and the guy was talking about, can't remember his name. His name is Sean. I can't remember his surname. He's the owner of Think Media.
Sean Cornell.
Sean Cornell.
Yes, sir.
So, guys, I apologize in advance to all my present and future listeners. I don't carry people's names in my head. It's something I'm working on. Yeah, in spirit of honesty. Yeah. But yeah, he was saying in some video how he used to be someone who didn't care so much about working out. Yeah. And you see, sometimes we don't realize, that's the thing about mindfulness. Sometimes you don't think about why you're not doing a certain thing.
Mm-hmm.
So let me finish the story.
Mm-hmm.
So he said he didn't used to care about working. I mean, like he and his wife, they were just doing their thing. He didn't care so much. Like, I'm just living through life. And a lot of people are, and that's fine. Do you get? But he got to, I think he's 39, and he got to that age of 39, and he just started realizing, I can't keep going like this.
Yeah.
I have children now, and I want to see my grandchildren, right? And I want to be able to, even if not play so much, at least be mobile. Around my grandchildren. And I know that the present actions I'm taking are not going to lead me there. That's the thing you said about opportunity cost.
Yeah.
There's a price to pay for the negligence. There's a price to pay for ignorance. There's a price to pay for everything. So he decided upon himself that for the sake of these children, I will take this workout thing seriously. You get, so sometimes the drive, the motivation to do some things may not come from within you.
Yeah.
Sometimes the motivation could be external.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it was just to point out the thing you said about opportunity cost. That, yeah, sometimes we turn a blind eye to what the opportunity cost of certain decisions are.
Yeah.
But if you are thinking long term, you gotta open that blind eye to see. You have to open it to see very well.
100%. Like,
yeah.
Guys, like, just being more mindful of the consequences and non-consequences of our actions and inactions.
Yes.
Is what is really important here, man. That's what really is important. Like, and again, like, I'm trying to marry how this and not taking life too seriously like work together, but except like you're a nihilist, and even for nihilists, like Alex Omozi is doing very well, man. He's doing very well. So it's like, take life seriously enough so you can actually enjoy it.
Yes. That makes a lot of sense.
Seriously enough so you can actually enjoy it. Like, I'm on team. Don't take life so seriously. Like, yes, I understand that. Like, don't be stuck up in your ways. Don't be uptight. Yeah. Like, a friend of mine was telling me about how he just hired some lady, and during their chats and interviews, I was like, this is a chat. Like, don't feel so like stuck up. But the lady was giving like very formal, very strict answers, blah blah blah, like typical
typical interview.
Workplace interview. But I was like, yeah, we work hard, but we have a vibe. Do you understand? Like, there's how we do that. That's what makes us work so well. She was telling me about about like she got the job. Congrats to her. Congrats to her.
I'm happy she got the job even with that.
Yeah. Do you understand? Yeah, and he now had to call her and say, ma'am, sister, you can let your hair down. Like, this is not that kind of place. You can let your hair down. Like, we are friends. We banter each other. We go out to dinner once every quarter that the company pays for. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, you can let your hair down. You don't have to do. You don't have to be also uptight. So like, I appreciate that you don't want to be a dog. You don't want to be all scrunched up and always squeezing face and bum. I understand that. Do you understand? I understand that. But you take your life just seriously enough so you can enjoy it. That's the whole point of this. It's about thinking more intentionally, more intently about.
The poverty will creep up on you. You just be creeping up on you. Say, bro, you're not taking this life seriously. You're chilling. Okay. How do you like some dose of poverty today?
Bro, imagine not being able to afford the things you want to do, man.
Bro.
For yourself, for your family.
Bro.
Imagine.
Do you know how heartbreaking
that bro, like
it will almost feel like you should, like, bro, it will make you feel like,
what are you doing in this life? Like,
should you even be alive?
Do you understand?
Nah.
Like, bro, I know how, like again, I'm not by any measure.
We're not in any means.
The worst case, do you understand?
Yes, we're not. Everybody has it at different points right now. So if you're not able to provide for the family, that's completely fine, guys.
Yes, lovely.
But that's like the end of your life,
bro.
And that's the anti-vision,
bro. Bro,
it's gonna be really.
This is turning very solemn, very fast, man. Like, guys, just think about it. Like,
it's gonna be really
take your life seriously enough. Like, the whole point of this podcast. That's why we show up every day, man. That's why I show up every day. Like, what happens if I don't show up today?
Yeah.
like no decision in and of itself is small or isolated.
Yeah.
Yes, we always encourage, even if you don't show up the next day, show up that day, show up the next day. Like don't miss 2 days in a row, man.
If you miss
As
2 days
much
in a
as you
row,
can.
show up on the third day.
Don't miss 3 days in a row.
Bro.
Continue. Just try. Keep at it.
And the effort
Keep
will
at
not
it.
be the same quantity. That's fine.
It's fine.
Just make sure that month on month, quarter on quarter,
There's growth. There is obvious growth.
Yeah.
There is actually obvious growth. So guys, think seriously, man.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, like
that's a very uncomfortable pill to swallow.
It's very uncomfortable. Like I even trying to fathom it right now. I don't know if you can get from like the audio experience. Like if this was video, Amara, guys, we have good news for you. We are doing the first very first video podcast very last week in March. Amara is out there. If we mess up, they are going to drag us. We are actually going to drag us. We have it on record. We have it on record. First video podcast, the very last Friday of March, of the month of March 2023. Let me not be as if I was so specific. We are publishing the very first video of 0 to X. I'm gonna put it out there.
We look forward to it.
I'll put it out there. No pressure.
No pressure at all.
No pressure. Yeah. So guys, this is a very short podcast.
Oh no, that's fine.
And I'm fine with it.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine.
I'm fine with it.
Sometimes we like some days are for reflection.
Some
days are for motivation. Some days are for reflection.
You just be calm. Like just remain 12 minutes. Just use and think. Use and missing your life, bro. Did you get?
Oh Lord.
So guys, we know this is like I honestly don't want to push this conversation further because I really feel like
this is a good place to end.
This is a good place to end this. Yeah. And it's not up to the typical 30 minutes we try to keep our podcast around. That was an intentional move, but we just felt, okay, it fits. And most conversations ended around that time.
Yeah.
But this is ending maybe 12, 13 minutes earlier than it typically does. Guys, just remain 12, 10 minutes. Think about your life.
Yeah, actually.
Actually think. Just think a little. Yeah, like how uncomfortable you feel. Go out and do something fantastic, incredible. Do greatness, man. Do greatness with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we don't have to go through like the entire it's unwritten. There's no rule that says it should be 30 minutes. There might be a conversation that we would have to dig into, and like by the time we start having amazing people on here, like those conversations will probably be
part
longer.
1 and part 2.
There'll be part 1 and part 2, yeah, just so, like you guys don't get bored and just leave us. Please don't leave us. All right, guys, this has been. Now I feel somehow saying this has been fun.
This has been good.
This has been good.
This has been good.
This has been a little solemn, more sober episodes than what we've done in the past, but we felt it was in some way useful message to get across.
We hope it always take something away.
Yeah, we hope you find it useful. And guys, like if there's something Amara and I must say, we're rooting for you.
We are.
We're absolutely rooting for you. We can't wait to hear about your wins. We can't wait to hear about the good things that are happening for you in your life. We can't wait to hear about the challenges that you're surmounting. Yeah, and maybe one day there will be some way that we connect and share about that.
Yeah, I look forward to something like that.
Yeah, it'll be good because that's why we're doing what we're doing. Like we sincerely hope like you're getting something from this and using it right.
Yeah, it will be our joy.
It'll be our joy, man. It'll be our absolute joy. Absolute joy. So don't feel alone. Like there are people like you that are going through this, like hundreds, thousands, probably millions of people that are going through the same things. All right, guys, this has been good.
We'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for
listening.
Bye,
my friends.